today what we're going to be doing is another game that I've started up. And yeah, I've done a little bit on it already, but other than that, we can do much more. Also, before we get into this, which I could start it right now, I wanted to ask you what you would prefer of me having. Like, would you want me to have the webcam on or off in these further videos? Because it would be really helpful. So like this, if you would like the webcam on or off like this. Currently I'm just going to keep it off because that seems to be doing well. Yeah, please tell me in the comments, and let's get straight to it. Okay, good. So now that we've done that, we can immediately go here. So I already have it opened up with this for some reason. Yeah. Now, this is what I've done so far. I also deleted the directional light to get that really dark feeling in the game. So there's no directional light, but then now you may be wondering, oh, if there's no directional light, how can we see these materials, and how can we see these colors? And these stuff right here, actually, I managed to figure out how to make them light up. So now they're basically glow in the dark materials at this point. So I just clicked emission, which emits light, and then I change the color here, HDR, and that's currently for this player. And then I have blue, which has this color, and green, which I'm thinking of being the end of this game. I couldn't really find an asset that was like this, so I needed to create it in Blender. Yeah, please tell me if there's actually an asset, and please tell me the name if you have used this asset before, because that'd be really helpful in the progressive things, because that really looks like it could work much better for our future games. So currently it's just this to be the ending point. And let me show you what I've done so far. So I just have a simple script right here, which is just moving based off of this. This is very close to one of my other games called Freefall. I think you know what it is. So yeah, I'm just gonna show. It was I was just interested in showing this for the game because it is very related. So yeah, I really just, yeah, also put in the comments if you want me to to resume this, actually, like if you want me to resume building this type of game, because yeah, this actually seems like I have the full UI going, which is actually one of the hardest parts in the game, getting the full UI and getting the yeah, so the scene changing and the like there's a lot of things like, yeah, scene changing, triggers, and other stuff in the game that you'll need to go and wrap it up, that that really hides the back part of it. And yeah, this pretty much has most of those already built in. So yeah, actually this seems like I've made it a long time ago, but it does seem like it should be finished. So I'm just gonna show you what I have done with it. So I'm also deciding to continue, and yeah, I built another level which I haven't implemented here directly. So I don't know why I called it Area 51, but it had a lot of planes in it. I think I should rename that. It doesn't have much to do with that. But it's just a simple game level, so it has a plane, a helicopter, another plane, TNT. I'm starting to question how this got developed. And yeah, we have a plane, Is that a rocket? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have a rocket there. So yeah, I have a few things in this game that could make a bit of sense, but I'm not really sure about Area 51 at this point. I'll rename that as soon as I can. So now let's resume this game. And this is what we're actually here for. So I also want to change this. I am thinking of turning this into a car, which I am gonna try doing actually right now. So package manager, and I'm going to get out of the Unity registry. It's still loading. Okay. And my assets. I have a ton of them. And car. Okay. So I have a lot of car assets. These all seem to be 2D, but this is exactly what I wanted. This is a pretty high quality asset, and yeah, I think that from the past video you should check that out if you haven't. And that is also where I include as a main character, and there's another character car right here. So both of these cars, and I may add a few of these cars in the future, are actually in that game. So this one's the main car from there. So I'm thinking maybe I should just, start with this. So currently, because this has no directional light, it's kind of impossible to see. You can only see the front light. So I'm going to actually I'm thinking maybe I should add a light, because that would just make my job easier. This seems a little hard creating all of these light emitting materials, so I'm just gonna create one more. I'll call this like player nut, and I'm gonna make this a mission, and I'm gonna set this to like yellow, which is the kind of color of this car. And yeah, that seems like it did. So now it looks like the car is fully lit up. So I'm just gonna remove this, and you know what? Maybe I can just set this cube right here, and I can make this car like this, and now it's basically that player. And I'm going to disable this mesh render, and I'm going to see how this fits. I mean, this is a car, so it seems like it works. And yeah, so this is what I was scared about. This does have a rigid body, so that's why it wasn't working. If this has a rigid body, it's basically not gonna do exactly what so what a parent does is it also copies the exact movement of the parent. If it has a rigid body though, it basically has a mind of its own. So I'm just gonna remove this component because you can't disable it. Now I'm just gonna click play, and I think that should work, yeah. Okay, that was interesting. The second it hit something, it disappeared. I think that could have been a bug, but let's see what. Okay, yeah, this actually seems a little bit interesting. I'm not sure on why this is happening, so let me just check. So these colliders and these are meshes. Okay, that seems fine. So this body itself has a box collider. If this thing has, so yeah, that seems fine. So now I'm just wondering on why this could be happening. So, it just immediately disappeared. Hmm. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, yeah, this actually is confusing me. So I'm not really sure on why it would be disappearing, just because of it touching one of the things. Maybe it's timed or something. So I'm just going to disable the mesh render. No, I'm just going to disable the box collider to see if this will help. Okay, so it looks like if that's still happening, I'm just going to make it so that this mesh render works. And I'm going to see this. So, okay, so that's actually really interesting. So it looks like this may be glitching out completely. So now let's go. Okay, that is really interesting. Yeah, you can also tell me in the comments on what could be happening right here. I actually have no idea on what's going on. So yeah, let's just keep it at a cube then. So just a classic cube, and yeah, in the later videos, I'll be adding UI to this game. So currently it's just a simple game, so I'm going to add a few more things to make this level a little bit better, and I'll be back. Also, if I haven't already told the style for this game, this is a Pac Man style game with ghost style things, but I'm not really trying to create any type of Pac Man characters or ghost characters. So I'm just trying to make one bad, a few like dangerous, evil, whatever objects that will destroy you, and I want it so that this is the player. So I'll be creating that AI, I think, very soon. So yeah, also stay tuned for that. So I'm just gonna build a bit more. Okay, so I've added a little bit more to this area right here, but I also wanted to test out something just in case to see what would happen. So I'm going to add a light aspect, although this already has a thing that has light. Yeah, I'm just going to see how this looks. So I'm just going to go into it, and ooh, that actually does not look that bad to me. So, it does look interesting. Like an interesting extra creepy light. But yeah, it does add to the 3D aspect of this game, so I think that this really works. So I'm gonna change the color of this by clicking color, and I'm gonna try to change this to yellow, because like I think that the yellow color kind of suits this feel, yeah, like arcade style. So yeah, like it's kind of an arcade. I think this works. That highlights it really well. I'm also thinking of adding like maybe a blue or a green color under the enemies, which we'll have. So they'll be AI driven, and they'll be trying to hunt down this cube. So this really gets to a Pac Man style game. That's where it gets really like one. But this will be a little bit different, like the mechanics are not to survive the longest. They're level based. You need to reach the end of this level to win. So yeah, I'm thinking of adding an AI driven mechanic. So wow, so many cells now. Let's just complete this. So I'm just gonna duplicate these. This is the fastest way that I'm gonna be making a level-based game, because like it would be a little bit hard respawning and spawning in new whole objects in the scene. So these will already spawn objects, but that are really alike the others, and it'll also make sure that it's the exact height down here as I want to. I also want to add so I'm also going to be testing how it would be to use a different camera mechanic, but I think that maybe I could add a few cameras for each side. But yeah, so this is how it could look. I could make it look so that it's actually like first person. So I think that I can make it work with a first person thing, but that may not suit it really well, because it'll get a little confusing. You won't know where the enemies are and things like that. So I'm just going to keep it top down. Maybe in future videos or levels, I'll make it a little bit more complex. So let's just carry on with this game. And I don't know really how I can progress or any Pac Man type of things. So, okay, I'm just going to add this right here. And so now this will be good. And I'm going to duplicate this, move this like this, make a plus sign, and then I move this here. And just like that. Okay. I think this would suit it good. And this makes like a quick getaway from the enemy, which will be like right here. So it makes for a quick getaway move, duplicating and going here. And I'm just going to make it a little bit harder on the player when it comes to this getaway move, because I want it to make it so that it goes here, and then it needs to move directly there. So this seems like it could work, and I'm going to continue. I'm also going to try to make it so that there's a light source on the main, this end level ending thing. Yeah, I don't know what to call it, but yeah, on the main end level end goal. Yeah, on the main end goal, I'm going to also put some lights so that we can make it look a little bit better. And yeah, since this yellow light right here worked pretty well, I want to see and check if that works. So let's do that by doing this. And that's not the speaker. And yeah, this is what I wanted to have. And I want to put this right here. And I'm going to add the component light. And I'm going to change the color to maybe not red, but some kind of green. Actually, maybe we can try red. I think that could work. That does make the whole place look a little bit red, but it doesn't look like it's actually doing that much. At least not as much as this red cube. So I think that it looks fine as it is though. So that seems fine. So now let's continue building this level. But I'm gonna click this, duplicate, and I do have a ton of cubes in the scene right now. So I'm gonna try to make this as quick as possible. And this will be kind of like a dead end if there's two. If two things were coming, then you would be at a dead end. So I want to make many well thought of places in the map that you could use, because yeah, but for some reason this game, although 3D, looks very 2D, and like the lighting doesn't seem that good. So I think that this extra light right here made the 3D aspect definitely work out much more, and the lighting too, so that we can see much better with it. And right here, and then here, and here too. The good thing about this camera is that the good thing about cameras rather than is in Unity's, because peripheral vision you won't have to bother with that much for blurriness. And yeah, this looks fine. Okay. And there. I think that I just have a decent map round, so I'm just gonna finish the whole area to top it off. Also thinking that maybe we should add a few extra things. Yeah, you can comment on this too. What should I add right here that, like, if you slot right in to make this, maybe you get something extra, or like a boost or something like that, because that would also add a bit better stuff into the game. I'm just gonna retry this right here. So I think that this will work. So I'm going to select this for the cylinder, and then I'm going to add a light source, and I'm going to just not change the color. I just want to see if this works. So it looks like this actually might have worked. This does kind of blur it up a bit, but it does look like maybe the actual way it looks seems a little bit more high quality for some reason, but yeah, that looks a little bit better to me. So yeah, but it has the red hue to it for some reason, but I think this works. Okay. Yeah, this looks fine. I'm just gonna try adding the enemy cube, which I don't know what color I could make them, but maybe I could just make them yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna try that. So I'm gonna add a 3D object, or you know what? I can just duplicate this. And I wonder how this could do. So yeah, I'm just gonna see how it works, because there's a good chance that I can just make it so that the only difference between these two things is the color. And yeah. So currently this is our pre-built AI that's not really going to work that well, but will get definitely much more enhanced in the future. So, yeah. And yeah, I can also make many of these in the game, so I'm just gonna duplicate this, and I can select this green color to that duplication, and I can assign many, so I can duplicate it again, and just assign white this time to the duplication, And yeah, can go on and on based on how many colors I have. So like right here. So and I think that this did give me the good idea of maybe just changing the aim that I have for the game entirely. Maybe we can make it so that you need all of the colors to get into this thing entirely. So I'm just gonna make it. I'm gonna try to make it work like this. Now that actually seems like a decent idea to do for this game. So then maybe I could add bad cubes that could be like take away your other cubes or something like that. But I think that it'll make it so that like you lose the second you hit any of those cubes. So like if there was one cube which had like a red light or something, maybe we could do that. And I also realized that the interesting thing where only one light seemed to be working at a time. Like they keep switching. Like from this light, it switched to this light to this light. So yeah, that's also interesting. I don't know why that's happening, but okay. And I can just make it so that we'll need every single one of these. So like this. And then, oh, okay, and then make one of them. And when you get it in, it should disappear. And I'll make it like this. And then I'll let you put the rest in like this. I'll obviously continue adding more. I think that this could work good actually. So I think that yeah, comment if you think that this idea would be better or the past idea. But in my games I don't want the players to be able to just take as much time as they want and finish it. So I want it to get a little bit intense in the actual game. So I want it to like add a mechanic that you need to run away from or do other things from. So I could make like a very not good looking color for me. Like I don't know what color, but I could make like a giant red, black, and a giant black colored cube, or some colored cube that could be running around trying to destroy the players. But I think that I'm just going to leave it here with the level, and I'm going to try and see how many colors I can add. So I'm going to create a new material, and yeah, I'm just going to see how many colors. Okay, so I did add quite a few colors, so yeah, I'm just going to show you that. I'm not sure about the color brown though, because it doesn't really seem like it fits in with the other colors. And I think that maybe 5 colors would be, because yeah, 5 colors could work itself. I'm just confused about brown because that's the only real color that doesn't seem to light up as much as the other colors as shown. But I think that I can leave brown and I want to make 7 cubes instead. So I don't know what other type of color I could try creating, but it has to be something that's a little bit darker than the rest, because that seems like it's like there's none other colors that I feel like I could use right now. So black won't really work that well. Yeah, let's test gray. I'm not really sure about how a gray cube can light up. yeah, I'm interested in seeing how this would work. That's a mechanics that has not been tested yet by me. And input this gray match. Okay. So, okay, this was actually interesting. This is a completely black cube, but it does seem like you can notice the fact that it's there just because it lights up. So that's an interesting thing. That I think that I'm going to leave this cube as an interesting cube at the end of. So I think this should be in the hard levels where sometimes when this flicker goes out and when it flickers out, you won't be able to see the black cube at all. But yeah, so you can't really see the black cube when the light goes out, which I'm interested in knowing why this light goes out. But however it worked, it did work pretty well. So the light went out now, so I don't know where the black cube is, and the light went back in, so we can see it again. We can kind of see the way it looks, but now it lit up, so I can see it correctly again. And yeah. So I guess that I'm gonna try to do more of this stuff in the future. So yeah, tell me if you want another devlog, or I mean, this isn't a devlog, but yeah, tell me if you want a devlog on what I may carry on in the future about this game. And yeah, please comment and subscribe. Yeah, also like this video, and if you enjoyed it, and I'm just going to keep on moving with this. Oh, okay. I'm just trying to play this game. Okay. This does work. So, yeah, this also seems a little bit hard to use manually. Just gonna spread these cube blocks out a little bit. Yeah. Actually, I don't even know where the black cube went, so that's also interesting. Oh, there it is. I can barely see that. So, yeah, well, bye. Yeah, so just as I said, please comment on all of the things that I was wondering and any other ideas that I can carry on with this game. Bye.